everyone, it's Lexi, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my least favorite books of 2015. So just a disclaimer, I'm by no means making fun of anyone who has liked this book. Like, they were just not my cup of tea, and they ended up being a really big disappointment for me. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first book, like some of these, I don't have like the physical copy of these books because like I got rid of them during my midsummer purge. So I put their pictures here. So the first book that I have is We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. I heard so many great things about this novel on BookTube, so I decided to pick it up. And I don't know, I felt like the storyline was very, very predictable. I predicted what happened about a quarter of the way through. And I don't know, I was expecting a lot more from it, because everyone loved it a lot. And just like the writing style and like the syntax, I found was very, very choppy, and it was just very it made it hard to read, I guess, because it was like the sentences were very small, and it's like, my name is so-and-so, period, I like this and this. So it was just, I don't know, it was kind of very elementary writing style, so I don't know, this ended up being a very big major disappointment for me. So the next book is Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ning. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. And I don't know, I read so many great reviews for this novel as well. And I don't know, it was just, it tells the story of this girl who, this young girl in this family who ends up dying, and the aftermath of her death, how it affects the people in her family. And I found I was not really attached to any of the characters. And I think that's probably why I did not really like it, because I didn't find the characters were very likable, and it was just, I don't know, I do feel some of the points that take place that they do discuss in the novel are important, but I didn't really necessarily enjoy it. So I don't know, I've heard some people really, really like this book, and then some people don't, so I guess I'm just one of the people who just doesn't really like it. I tried, but it's no. So the next book is one we probably know, and it's Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. Again, this is a cult classic, favorite on BookTube, so I decided to pick it up, and I don't know, it's probably the worst book that I've read this year. The character of Kath, I didn't really find her to be a very strong character. She was very weak, and just the choices that she made, it really drove me nuts. I feel I don't know, I could understand she was going through a lot of things, but I don't know, her decisions and her choices were just not very smart. I think the biggest problem that I did have with it was that, I don't know, I think I read so many books with very strong female characters in it, so it was hard to take that 180 into someone who's not like that. So I don't know, and the fan fiction, I found it to be very strange, I guess. I know a lot of people love it, but not my cup of tea. So this next book is one that I read earlier this year, and it's One Day by David Nichols, and it tells and I know this was made into a movie as well, and it tells the story of two people and their friendship on the same the day that they met, and it tells their story of that day every single year. And I don't know, I think because it was it told the story of that day in every year, you would lose a lot of the story, because you go read this chapter and all this stuff happens. So it's kind of hard and confusing because you weren't really there for a big chunk of the book. And I don't know, I found the character of Dex to be he was kind of a jerk. No, the ending was very surprising. I did enjoy the ending, but just basically the whole chunk of the book, it was just I don't know, that one character drove me nuts. So, yeah. So this next book is one that I do actually have a copy of, and it was The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. And I was super excited to start this book because it was a thriller novel when it was compared to Girl on the Train, and I had so high expectations for this novel that I ended up being very disappointed in the end. It tells the story from a very untrustworthy narrator. And I don't know, she just drove me nuts. I know the character is going through a lot of issues with alcoholism, but I don't know, the unreliability I think took away from the story, and I feel like the big twist at the end was very predictable as well. Not like Gone Girl where you're completely shocked about this whole thing. So I don't know. I was kind of really disappointed about this book. I know they're making it to a movie as well, so maybe I'll end up liking the movie more than the book. So this next one is kind of like a series, and it's the Divergent series, Veronica Roth. I know going into this that there were very many mixed reviews about like this series as a whole, but I decided to give it a try. And I don't know, I feel like everyone loves Tris and Four and the couple that like in like their relationship and all that, but Four is actually kind of mean. And he's very moody, and it was just kind of like, I didn't feel like their relationship was really true and all of that. Like, I feel like the first book was still, like, I really enjoyed the first book, but after that it was downhill, like with the movies as well. Like, the first movie was actually pretty good, but then after that, like, I know it diverges from the book a lot, but still it was like that. And I don't know, it just got so, like, I felt like it was very, I don't know, very unrealistic, and like the whole issue with it. So like if you read the books, you know what I'm talking about, like the thing at the end that they find out like why they were put into this own little like country thing. So yeah, I don't know. I was really disappointed. I hope, like, I really enjoyed the first book, but it's just kind of like been downhill for that. So yeah. This next book is another one, and it's The Abundance of Catherine by John Green. And this book I know has like the award on it, the Pinnacle Award or whatever it is. Like, I read the book and some parts of it were really funny, but I didn't understand the point of the book. Like, I feel like there wasn't really a point to it at all. I don't know, that's the thing with John Green books. Like, I ended up not really liking them. Like, I really liked The Fault in Our Stars and Paper Towns is okay, but this one, like, I didn't understand the point of it and all of that. Like, it just really, I don't know, if you're kind of iffy about John Green, then I recommend that you just don't read this one as well. So this next one is one that I've also heard mixed reviews about on BookTube, and it is An Ember in the Ashes by Salvatore. And I don't know, like, it was a pretty good book, but I felt like it's just very similar to all the other books out there. And now that I feel like it could have been, like, I know it was advertised as a standalone, and I feel like it could have been just a standalone, but now, like, there is going to be a whole series about it, so I don't know. I think this is probably a series I'm not probably going to be continuing with. I don't know. I felt like the whole world was just kind of weird, and, like, the storyline, I don't know. It was just, I don't really know how I feel about it. If I hear, like, great things about the second one, I may continue, but who knows. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below, like, what you felt about some of the books that I talked about, or like some books that you felt were very disappointing this year. So yeah, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.